guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jennifer Emeka. In today's video I'll be showing you how to read a measuring tape for sewing. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so as you can get notified each time I post a new video. The use of a measuring tape in sewing cannot be overemphasized. A tape is used primarily for taking body measurements as well as drafting patterns, measuring fabrics, checking the size of hems, measuring curves and corners, and much more. So that is why knowing how to read a tape is very vital and as well as important. So I thought of it, why not show how to read a tape before going into real detailed, very detailed sewing. Subscribe to my channel so that you will not miss out on this opportunity, because I have lots of packages that will get you amazed coming your way. Packages on fashion, beauty, DIY and cooking. So subscribe to my channel. Let's get straight into the video. This is what a measuring tape looks like. As you can clearly see, this is the side for the inches, while this other side is centimeters. Yes, so this is what it looks like. It has a meter at the beginning, both at the end of the tape. You can clearly see this meter I used to protect the tape and also to show the boundaries where the tape starts from and ends. That's from this meter point, this point here, to this long line is 1 inch. So from this point to this point is 1 inch. So it's based on inches, just as is clearly written here. So we have from 0 to 60 inches, from 0 to 60 inches. So why for this centimeter side, from 1 to, let me see, 150 centimeters. But basically in sewing we don't make use of this side, we make use of this side of the tape. So I'll be teaching you how to read a tape based on this side, on the inches side. So I don't know if you can see me. I wanted starting this explanation from this point to this point. But as you can clearly see, the meter is obstructing some of the lines that are drawn at this point. So but just know that from this meter is 0. So from this 0 to this point is half an inch. So based on this, for you to clearly understand, I'll be using this point. Since this point you can't see all, so I'll be making use of this point. So from this long line, before this one, after this one, from this long line to this long line after this 2 is an inch. That's 1 inch. 1 inch. So each, okay, like this point in a tape is called 8. They call it 8. All these points, these short points are called 8. So from this long point to this point is called 1/8 of an inch. While from this point to this point is called 1/4 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch. So from this point to this point is called 3/8. 3/8. I don't know if you can see it clearly. This point is called 3/8 of an inch. Here, from here to here is called 1/8 of an inch. quarter of an inch. That's this point that is longer than this point is called quarter of an inch, as is clearly stated here, quarter of an inch. While from this point to this point is called 3/8 of an inch. From this point to this long point is called half an inch. Half an inch. Half an inch. While from this point to this point is called 5/8. 5/8. 5/8. I repeat, 5/8 of an inch. Then this point is called 3/4 of an inch. 3/4, that's this point. 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch. Right from this point to this point is called 7/8. 7/8 of an inch. 7/8 of an inch. Right from this point to this point is called 1 inches. Yes, 1 inch. That's from this point to this point is called 1 inch. There are 8 spaces here. Let me count it so that you understand what I'm saying. From this long point, we'll start counting now, because this is where we are supposed to start counting from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can you clearly see? Let me still count it for you to understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 columns, or let's say there are 8 marks that you can count from inside this, from 1 to 2, which is 1 inches. Then from here to here, since it's the same thing, is also 1 inches. Also, likewise, that's how all the tape comes. So whatever you get inside here is still the same thing here. Likewise here. Basically, that's how you read a tape. Whatever that is inside this 1 inches, from this 1 to 2, is still inside this, from this 2 to 3. So all here we have, from here to here is 1 inch. From 3 to 4 is another 1 inch. From 4 to 5 is another 1 inch. So, but from here, this metal point to this point is from 0 to 1. That's 0 to this point is 1 inch. 0 to this point is 1 inch. You get the logic? Then from this point to this point is 1 inch. So basically, that's how you keep reading a tape. So if, for instance, you want to measure a fabric for your clients or for yourself, what you will do, you will place your tape at where the fabric starts from or ends, just like this. You start counting from this point. But just like I said, what did I say earlier when I started? We don't make use of the centimeter side when we want to measure our fabric. Please take note, very important. This centimeter side, we don't make use of it. Preferably, this inches is what we make use of when measuring fabrics, patterns, measuring hems, measuring garments, measuring cuffs. Yes, we make use of this inches. It's very understandable and very easy to work with. So you place your tape at this point. Then I don't know if you can see the end of this fabric. Let me see if I can bring it closer. Oh, it's too long. It's longer. Okay, let me use this point. It's too long. It's longer than let me see this other side. Will it be okay? At any cost, I must show you what I'm talking about today. At any cost. This thing don't want you to see the beginning and the end of my fabric. But don't worry. Let me see. Let me still turn it like this. Yeah, you see, we have it. let me demonstrate what I want to see so that you understand. So I will start from this point. I don't know if you can clearly see what I'm doing. I'll start from this end where the fabric, please don't go over, just start from here so that you can take accurate measurements to this point. Can you clearly see? So Oya, answer me, since I've taught you now. What's the measurement for this length that I just folded now? So we have, you when counting it, you don't do it 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. No, you sum them up all together. So from this point, this 0 will sum it. From this 0, you hold it tight at that point. From this 0 to this point, I don't know if you can clearly see. So from this 0 to this point, we have 5.5 inches. 5, you can see clearly from this point to this point we have 5. Why? From this point to this point is an half, you get. So 5.5 inches, that's how we count it. But that's for fabrics like this. But if you are taking the measurement for a ready-made, you don't do it like this, because I hope you know that after, for instance, you want to sew this kind of fabric, you will give sewing allowance. So basically, when sewing this kind of fabrics, you make room for sewing allowance, don't forget. And also, you take your measurement based on the size of your client or yourself that you measured. So you are going to take those measurements based on that. I'm just citing an example here just for you to have an idea of how to use a tape on a fabric. So basically, this is how you place a tape at this end to where your fabric ends. Then that will determine the length that you write. Please ensure that you always write any length you take on a piece of paper. Better still, you get a book, an exercise book, because it's more safer that way, so that you can put in all the measurements you took of your clients and of yourself. And you see, something like, if you put it inside a book, it's more safer because it will not get lost, unlike a piece of paper. Basically, that's it for this video. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, a big one, and share this video. Also comment. You can leave your comment down the comment section in form of what you think about this video, what type of video you like to see next on my channel, and don't forget to subscribe, and also turn on your notification bell also, that you will get notified each time I post new videos. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.